read the translation? Yes. And the question needs not to be translated into Arabic. Yes. Because already he spoke in Arabic only. Imam Sahib would translate it into Arabic, into English.
The translation of this verse, which is from Surah Al-Ma'idah, verse number 21, is as follows. And remember when Moses said to his people, O my people, call to mind Allah's favor upon you when he raised prophets among you and made you kings and gave you what he gave not to any other among the people.
Gave you what he gave not any other people. This is the emphasis of the question.
Yes, please.
What was special about Moses and his people which was not granted to any other people before or elsewhere in the world, right? Yes. Yes. It is. But first of all, I would like to remind you that in the first part of the same verse, there is something of great significance which should be taken note of, because it begins with the declaration that God made prophets among you, and then God made you kings. Now remember that every one of the people is not a king. Nation as a whole is king, but the king is the authority of rule and government is symbolized in one person, and that is the king. But the Holy Quran addresses to them as if they were all kings. This is exactly the style of Ayat al-Khilafah, where Khilafat is promised. There the promise is made in the following words. وَعَدَ اللَّهُ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا مِنْكُمْ وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ لَيَسْتَخْلِفَنَّهُمْ فِي الْأَرْضِ كَمَا اسْتَخْلَفَ الَّذِينَ مِنْ قَبْلِهِمْ. So Prophet is chosen by God, and he stands by himself, and it is he who creates the Ummah, and the Ummah does not create him. So that is why he is referred to as one who is created directly by God. But kingdom or sovereignty does not begin with a single person. The whole people have to be the sovereigns of a place or a territory or a country before one person among them represents that sovereignty. That exactly is the case of Khilafat, and that is exactly how it is described. God made you Khalifa, but not all of you independently and separately. You were appointed by God to represent the Prophet which has passed, and as such one of you will exercise that authority on your behalf. So the whole thing is made very clear with the style of this verse and the difference of expression between that of a prophet and that of kings. Right? That's the first part. The second, what was it which was not given to anyone else in the whole world, which was granted to Moses and his people? This can be only determined by studying the place of these people in the history. The Holy Quran in Ayat al-Istikhlaf also mentions Allazina min qablikum. Who were min qable? Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his people. Moses and his people. No branch of prophethood or no tree of prophethood which was planted anywhere else in the world ultimately culminated in the last or the final law-bearing prophet. They all came to an end without progressing into the final object and purpose of life, of creation. That is Muhammad Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. This was the tree, the blessed tree, which was to bear the fruit of Hazrat Muhammad Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and Islam was to grow on this tree. So this is a very special blessing which was not granted to Confucianism, to Taoism, to Zoroastrianism, Hinduism, whatever you name you give to any other religion. They were true of course, and they were revealed by God until their message was interpreted by the people themselves. Yet they were godly religions. But they ended without further progress, without further evolution. The only branch of religion which ultimately grew into Islam, the final culmination, was this religion of Torah and Moses. So this is a very special distinction which was not shared by any other people at any time in history. Please.